Got another set today with new for Retro Cup, but honestly, probably something I've done way too many times as is, and it's this old Shadow Pokemon team. That one guy that has the Shadow Mewtwo kind of got me wondering how well that would work, because, people typically, legendaries typically don't work in GBL, only because that CP limit kind of just makes it so, you barely get any stats before hitting the CP limit. And yeah, the Hypno seems significantly better than Shadow Mewtwo. And I wasn't quite sure, but yeah, Shadow Hypno is technically better than the Mewtwo, according to this. So maybe it works well for that team. But I'm pretty confident that I didn't have a good league, and my team, honestly, that team could have been built a little better. So let's see. Problem with all Shadows is finding a good lead. Because the issue with Shadow Pokemon is they're stronger, but they're also more frail. So if you get caught up with a bad lead against your opponent, it's even more of an uphill battle than it usually is. I think I might be in trouble. And it's probably not even worth swapping, because Hypno would do a good job chunking it down. Even though Bulbasaur will, but they'll just swap into something to counteract the Venusaur. And I think we're just going to let Aerodactyl go down. Because like I was saying, both of my other options do pretty good at cleaning up. And they're all going to be Shadow Pokemon, so they're all... Shields would help them all out significantly. Hypno, is the one exception. Hypno's so bulky, basically the reason that Shadow Hypno's so good is that it becomes a lot more balanced and not between attack and defense. That still did a lot, to be fair. Probably enough to be just that would have been a good idea for me to use the shield. And I'm gonna regret it, but I'm gonna try going to the Bulbasaur, at least see what they try to swap to counteract me. I'm definitely getting greedy with my shields here, but if it's just a Mud Bomb, I can take at least one. And yeah, I'd much rather save the shield for a moment where I really need it. Mind you, I don't even know what the last Pokemon is, so I could really need it right now. Let's see if I can at least bait out that last shield. And that way, a Bulbasaur can come in here and just finish up the job with everything else. There we go. Now I got, now I pretty much have the shield if I want to win. If I can get to my charge move before they do another Mud Bomb, that would honestly be... Or they'll just swap right away. Well, I'm just going to keep this Energy Ball by the ready. Of course I got a shield here, because my whole strat is to try to just come back in with... It's not going to work, because Hypno's already so crippled, but... Come in here with a Bulbasaur, just spam the moves, and we'd be all good to go. Hindsight, that wasn't exactly a good idea, because I just, given all this extra energy for the Snorlax, have to burn my charge move right away. I need to take it out, but I also have to, get back up to the Energy Ball. And I was a little worried I wouldn't get up to it in time. So, I'm not sure how much it was luck and how much it actually worked. The fact that I keep using these three when I make an all-Shadow Pokemon team must mean that they have some sort of chemistry together. Obviously, even just two Shadow Pokemon and a normal bulky one to just have a safe swap is probably a lot less risky than this team. But the whole, appeal / gimmick of an all-Shadow Pokemon team is when it works really well. But the downside is when it doesn't, you pretty much get obliterated right away. Also, it's something some people may not even know, but apologies for not getting names. I just built these teams, quote unquote, right before the stream started, so like I have no time to work around with it. And fantastic. Like I got the shadow. I'm at a shadow disadvantage. Right off Dilly's squad. Like this isn't a terrible matchup for me. I do have to fire punch, so if I'm willing to shield through it, I can make it work to my advantage. But it's just a matter of how much I'm actually willing to use shields. Yeah, I'm just being on the safe side, because if they shadow ball once, then it's done. And I'm not honestly sure how well I take an avalanche. So overall, like, despite the fact that I got hard swap, this could honestly go a lot worse. I think I'm so close to taking it out, though. I think I'm just going to save my last shield. See what they want to go for. If they want an avalanche, I'll be fine. If they shadow ball, we can make it work out. It's kind of obvious, like, wasting one shield, though. Everyone comes out here. No, I'm going to go Aerodactyl. Problem is, like, they're just going to get knocked down and bring the Pokemon that I swapped away from in the first place. I'm not going to say, maybe it won't be so bad. Maybe I can work around with it. But then I remembered I was freaking Swampert. I think what I'm going to do... I'm going to keep this last shield. Oh, and they have no sneak. Interesting. Going into Meganium right away. Like, this is a typical moveset you have for a Meganium, like Vine Whip or whatever. Frenzy Plant and Earthquake. None of these, I'm not really too scared of any of these. Like, even though I resist Earthquake, it might do a bit being Shadow and all. But if I can take a Frenzy Plant that well, I definitely can save this last shield for when the Swampert comes back in here. And just go for the Energy Ball, not have to worry about getting hard swap of that. But yeah, man, the dark side's just really been treating me well tonight. I just realized we're running the dark side. I don't even got Sarah Shade out here as my avatar. But we can do more than show and vibe music as we embrace and go deeper and deeper into the dark side. Okay, apparently, like, there's no emo music that's YouTube friendly. Maybe it's the vocals thing. But this doesn't sound like an instrumental one. And am I even on that channel? I thought there was one, like... I thought there was a channel here. I don't mean to keep y'all distracted. I can figure this out on the fly. Probably could go like a trance or something, but this is working alright. And more importantly, I know it's Content ID friendly. Still. And by friendly, I mean like not gonna get me Content ID. Aerodactyl versus Vigoroth. I'm surprised I haven't ran into into a Vigoroth sooner. I'm honestly not sure how I handle it. Like, I resist body slams, and the other move should be bulldoze. But then again, like, Aerodactyl is Aerodactyl, so I'm not too surprised that hurt it as much as it did, especially for a Shadow Aerodactyl. But it should at least be enough for me to get a shield out from them. And like, I didn't want a shield for a body slam because it felt like a waste of a shield. But that was the only way I was surviving that setup. The good news is, like, this gives Hypno a little bit of energy lead to work around with. Should take the body slam okay. A little iffy if I'm gonna actually... how well it'll serve me. Like, it all depends on what other Pokemon they have left. Because if they have something to counter my Hypno, we could be in for some trouble. Let's see. Altaria. It stinks a little bit because obviously Abomasnow would just like eat it for lunch. And I can't just swap to it because they'll just swap away. Thunder Punch is at least neutral. I just like... I don't know what the last Pokemon is, so I don't know if I should be conserving my Altaria for something in the, or my Hypno for something in the back. You know what? Let's try this. And their last Pokemon was on Bomb Snow itself. I honestly kind of wish I swapped sooner, because I'm pretty sure I win this mirror matchup just with the higher attack being Shadow, if nothing else. And I did like over half, and yeah, if I did a shield myself, or like if I swap earlier, I wouldn't have to waste my last shield here, and we honestly would be in a lot better of a place. The downside is here, if Altaria gets to a charge move before I take it out, then we could be in some trouble. We're honestly already in a bit of a tight spot, because this is gonna hurt. Ugh. And I think I have to waste my energy on a Water Ball just to survive. I do still have to Hypno here. I do have a Thunder Punch ready, but I don't think the Altaria is in range of getting knocked out by... Well, we're gonna find out together now, aren't we? Come on. Crossing my fingers for the best here. No, but as long as it doesn't get to a Sky Attack, then we're good. It's gonna be interesting how Altaria plays out after the Community Day comes around. Like, you don't really see people running Dazzling Gleam, and from what I've been hearing, Moonblast, the Community Day move that it does get, is just gonna be like an upgraded version of Dazzling Gleam. It might not even be an upgrade as much as a side grade, because I think like Moonblast, I have to double check, because I don't think I used fairy type moves enough in PvP. At least like fairy type moves beyond Charm, I haven't used too often. I'm kind of curious to see if they swap when I come into Hypno here. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, one, if people actually use Moonblast Altaria in PvP now, and two, like, if just having Altaria available to more people is going to change the meta of Great League at all. Because Altaria is already a classic in GBL. I know that seems to be Pokemon Company's pattern lately. Like, they've been doing... We just had, like, a research day for Meryl, and Azumarill's Die Hard Classic, like, so good as Desire, Love, or Hated. So good that it's kind of hated, I guess I mean to say. And that was honestly a more even matchup than I thought it would be. But yeah, there was that, and then we got Swablu Community Day coming up. It's gonna be interesting. Like, I'm not honestly excited about Swablu Community Day, but I can imagine someone being excited for it. Just... I kind of want to see Community Days with more rare shinies, if not brand new shinies altogether. And we're getting that with Gibble, so I don't really got too much room to complain. I'm a little worried about the Stone Edge. I think I just gotta take it though. Well, maybe not if this comes down to that. And let's see, they have no shields. This should take out the Quagsire. I can still pull this around. Yeah, that does I was gonna say, I swear, if, like, because I was getting lazy with my fast moves, if that's what screwed me out of winning this battle, or the whole Fruit Ninja thing, if that was what screwed me out of winning, I was gonna be a little salty with myself. But that's not gonna. But it turns out that it was so close to getting knocked out. That's not gonna change too much either way. If I lose. How do I word it? Like, if I lose, it's not from a misplay, I guess is a good way to word it. It was purely just from being outmatched. And I think it comes down to how much a Body Slam does, which thankfully is not something I have to worry about. I'll go from there. I kind of hope that, like, sometime I get preferably before GBL Community Day, I get around to like talking about it on a podcast or something. Because like, I've been thinking a lot about this Community Day, as I guess would be a good way to word it. I'm overall happy for it, but I can see it in both ways. Though I will say, I just cringe. My mind goes cringe from the concept of whenever people bring up a global trade market. Because to me, like, it's not like GTS. For one, like, it feels kind of silly to, like, value Pokemon just based on rarity, I guess would be one way to put it. But the other thing is just, Pokemon Go is not like the main series game where, like, trading is available to everyone around the world. So just because, like, and maybe my opinion would change if I actually played with other people and did trade more often, but I just find the whole trait. Just trying to have Pokemon, or like care about the rarity or exclusivity of a Pokemon just for trade fodder, to be a bit silly. Like, if it was up to me, everyone would have every Pokemon they want. No competition. And I'm going to divert away from that, just because, of course, RNG would give me the frickin' matchup that I've been trying to avoid this whole time. But yeah, I really was kind of curious about, do I really want to waste both my shields here? I feel like I got to. Well, here's the deal. It's gonna just come down to raw nutrition at this point. I have no shields, I have both shields. I actually kind of realized like how bad this actually is. I can probably at least burn away enough shields for Aerodactyl to come here and clean up, hopefully, with the Weather Ball spam. And Haunter's frail enough of Pokemon, they like have to go for those Weather Balls in order to really make a difference. It'd be nice if I could actually take out the Haunter and come back in here and finish up the job. But I should just be thankful that they're willing to burn their energy off before getting knocked out. Question is, can I get away with like just chipping away this Haunter? Because if I can still pull off my strat. If not, I could be in trouble. I knew they were close, I didn't realize they were that close. And yet, I'm still gonna get greedy. It's fine. Earth Power is here. There's no way that I don't beat it to the charge move first. And we can pull GG. That was a bit closer than I thought. Like, and I really never got around to even giving a shout out to the Shadow Grotto. Like, that's an interesting choice. It's not fully evolved for the Community Day move. So I just never think I saw a pre-evolved Shadow Pokemon in this scene. Oh my god. I knew that I had a feeling that set was going good, but I didn't think it was like a 5 out of 5 good. Kinda curious to see if the Shadow Pokemon, if I just got lucky, or if the Shadow Pokemon team just actually does work out pretty well in this format. Well, let's see what we got first and foremost. Okay, my reaction's like excited, then bummed when I excited at the rarity of a legendary Pokemon, bummed out when I realized what legendary it was. But then I realized, like, this is something that I wanted to have happen for the fun of it on GBL, so I'm not going to complain. It's just... Also, wow, that was an incredibly easy catch. I did not expect to do that well. I will not complain about having a free 4 Candy XL for a Pokemon I'm probably never going to use, but it's legendary, so having that Candy XL is appreciated. Maybe someday they'll do Xerneas justice. And of course, it's like my best Xerneas. I've only done like 2 raids, so like getting this out of GBL is like, and now I practically now I never have to worry about rating it for the rest of this event. So, they're pretty good. When I say pretty good, I mean really good. Got a full freaking set of nothing but wins. Got a legendary Pokemon out of it. Not gonna lie to y'all, I would have popped out from. I've been more excited about the flat fee, only because of the particular things that I'm hunting for. That the Xerneas was the objectively better thing to get. So we'll just leave it at that. Now, we'll probably give the Shadow Pokemon team one more run. Because that felt like it went too good. Too good to be true.